What's going on, Manufacturers Couple, man? My voice about cracking. I'm about tired of talking about it. But we back and we did it again. We have completed another event, the MTC Engineering Spring Nationals at Adele, Georgia, at the beautiful South Georgia Motorsport Park. I even took a picture of how clean the bathrooms were. This place was immaculate throughout the weekend. They kept it nice throughout the weekend. It was just one of those good deals. I mean, we had a very serious issue that a lot of races didn't even know it happened on Sunday morning. We got 3 hours delayed, but thanks to their crew and they went in there and they took care of it. It speaks to the testament of the facility and like Raul has said many times, he wants to have the very best facility. Period. So he's working towards it, and we appreciate him taking the shot to keep working with us at the Manufacturers Cup. And we're going to try to get that participation up so we can bring back larger events and make it something special. But we're going to have to keep it pushing. But I want to also send out some prayers and to out the family of George Baber. As you all know, he's a very long time pro stock racer, the sponsor of the Pro Stock Limited class at the Manufacturers Cup. Went down a little at the top end this past Saturday. Hearts are heavy for him, and we wish him a speedy recovery. And our family of racers, we all shoot our shot of love out to you, George. We hope you get well soon, brother. Also, would like to thank the Raymond family for putting on the exhibition for Running Raymond this past weekend. We were able to do a 50-50 raffle, which raised $640 for the Raymond family raffle. 320 of that went to a lucky fan who drawed the particular number, and $320 went to the Raymond family. Thank you all for once again allowing us to sign his motorcycle and be a part of remembering his legacy. I'm sorry, I almost got tongue tied. But signing his motorcycle and being a part of his legacy, we appreciate the opportunity and hope to see you all at some event in the future. Magnags and your family, thank y'all for putting it up and taking good care of his motorcycle for him at the time. Mike Melodoran, we appreciate you as well for orchestrating quite a bit of the setup and logistics as it related to getting this all done. We thank you all. And moving on down, I know y'all always like to know where you stand. So if you want to know where you are as it relates to points, guess what? They already posted. All you got to do is go to www.racemancup.com. Let me look on here myself. They already posted. You can already see where you are already. So thanks to Vernon. He once again makes it happen back here, gets it done. You know how important it is for you all to have your stats and so forth. So racemancup.com, go to points. Points are already tallied. They're already up on the website as well. While you're there, if you want to go and watch live, you can go right to the top of the website and it'll take you to the last live stream that we were just on. Actually, it's going to take you to us right now. I didn't even know that, but picture in picture. But if you stroll up a little bit, you can go back to this weekend's event, the MTC Spring Nationals, Sunday, Saturday, and Friday. So with that being said, there are a lot of things that are here in the website. Not only can you go back and see the live stream, you can also go back and you can look at the available photos that were available from the event by going to gallery. You go to gallery, the MTC Spring Nationals, Engineering Spring National 2024 photos, all the photos that were taken by the photographers that we had hired at the event. They're inside of the gallery. And as you know, you can go right in here, download or purchase, whatever you want, whatever size you want, whether you want it on a poster. I've got a poster order. I've done a poster myself. So one-stop shop. You can take care of all that there. And we went a little step further this time just because it was asked of us, where could people find the round for round stats? Excuse me. So we were able to go in under news. Now, if you go under news, what we're going to try to do at these events that have the abilities to provide us the printouts, which this is most of the tracks that we go to, You click on the recap of the MTC Engineering Spring Nationals. You'll see the write-up and so forth. You'll also see the write-up of the thing, which we're going to go down this a little bit in just a second. But if you go down to the very end, you'll see where it says click here to download the full event run sheet. So once you click right there, it'll take you through every run, every round per class, where you can see who you ran against or who ran against each other. Some of these don't have the names of the individuals that were on here. Like I told you, we had a track computer malfunction, so quite a few of the names probably did not get put in with the effort of actually just trying to get the event completed. But as you stroll down here, you'll be able to look at round for round, get the stats round for round, of how the event flowed, and also, like I told you, there's a wealth of information that you'll be able to find. I'm looking at my sheet over here. If y'all wonder what my head is down, I'm trying to make sure I cover all these things. But there's a wealth of information that you can get right off the website. Vernon and his team did a magnificent job of trying to answer all the questions that we had from other events and so forth. But I'm gonna roll over here to this little news part, because right now, before we roll into this, I'm gonna take a little break. But we're gonna come back. I want y'all to be on your websites. Go to www.racemancup.com, and I want you to hit news. Click on the story from the MTC Engineering Spring Nationals. So y'all who have it, you can go ahead and read that. And while y'all read that, we're gonna go pay some bills, and I'll be right back.
We drive performance. We drive passion, a background in drag racing, and a future in all forms of motorsports. Because success in one sport isn't enough. Pushing ourselves to be the best, climbing every mountain, topping every peak, until you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
All right. Man, Cup Live, excuse me. Like I said, man, I've been struggling with my little voice right here trying to get through it, but I'm going to dig in. This is what it is. But I want to go down this list because I always want to let the sponsors know just how much we appreciate them. I hope that they see our efforts through the awards that we put out with their names on it. That's going to last forever. They're going to be parts of individuals' legacy trophy cases and so forth, plaques, jackets, you name it. We're trying to put the names of our marketing partners out there because we really appreciate what you all have done for us, what you do for us, and so forth. But I'm going to roll down here. I'm going to start with the MPS Pro ET winner, Ricardo Marte, runner-up, John Markham. The Fast by Gas Pro Modified winner, Jeff House, runner-up, Braden Davis. I want to stop right here because I want to talk about something. I know we're going to keep on rolling, but this is a good topic. I want to know, and I need a little help. I want some people's opinions, on the live, make you some feedback in the comment section as it related to the chip pull from the Pro Mod class that we did this weekend. Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was cool? Did you like the part where we introduced the fan to the chip pull, where they were able to get in there and pull their own chip? And we did a really nice chip pull this last eliminations for the fans, where we did the first round of eliminations. The Honda of South Georgia provided either a coupon or a voucher for a voucher for redeemable towards a discount for purchase for the first contestant. The second contestant got a license plate courtesy of the Manufacturers Cup license plate, and the last chip pull fan was awarded $100 cash by going in the bag, and in this case, picked the wrong chip. But guess what? It was fun. The event was a success. So why not give up the extra 100? We gave the fan 100 anyway. So that's just how we do it over here, man. We having a blast. But I want y'all to go to the comment section. I want y'all to tell me what y'all like about the blind chip pull. So for y'all who don't understand what happened, we had a 7 bike field. We ran an 8 bike field because the manufacturers cup decided that we had a decent enough amount of motorcycles that it was worth for us to go ahead and pay the field worth an 8 bike field. Whereas by rule, 8 bike field, 7 bike field wouldn't qualify for 8 bike purse. But we're not going to even go there. Put an 8 bike field. We'll get 1 bike and pay what it pays to pay to do an 8 bike field. And they put on a good show. I'd like to thank the Pro Modified Motorcycle Racers for a wonderful show. I really appreciate you all having the flexibility to try something. I know it doesn't feel good for everybody, but the way I see it, and I'll just say it just like I feel it. If I don't go to the racetrack worried about whoever I race. Whoever I race, just whoever I race. And if I'm the best, then shoot, let's just prove it on the track. So I don't care if I come out the bag with the baddest man or whoever you think's supposed to be the slowest man. But at the end of the day, if you bad and you fast, what difference does it make? Go in the bag, get it over with. If you come out the bag, you got a fast man, and you can knock him off the first round. I mean, the truth of the matter is, we seen a race where the runner up could have been on the trail the first round. So, the way I look at it is, it's exciting. It leads to allow more parity, and there's no advantage to anyone. No one gets an advantage. No one gets to pick their favorite lane. No one gets to pick their favorite nothing. It's just you go in and you come out. What you come out with, that's what you do. It's simple. It was pretty unique and fun. So y'all think about that. You know, let's open it up. I even had some more racers that aren't in Pro Mod that have Pro Mod capable motorcycles that thought it was a very unique opportunity for maybe them to get back in the Pro Mod game, especially if we can do something about the weight situation. But we'll keep it moving for right now because I don't want to get stuck on here. But look here, Robinson Industries, Pro Open, Travis Davis, winner, runner-up, Tommy Saxon. And Saxon did not get to make the call for the final round because in his semifinal round against Jeffrey Hill, Saxon had a head gasket blow out of his motorcycle, and which then caused a fire with methane fuel. I guess was coming out based on what I'm telling. I might have some of the events somewhat wrong, but Tommy said that he did have methane, have burns on his legs and so forth as it related to the motorcycle having a head gasket blow up and causing a fire. Some of that you could be seeing on our live stream on the Sunday event, the semifinals of Pro Modified, where number one qualifier Jeffrey Hill was up against Saxon. Saxon had the fastest motorcycle pretty much on the premises this week. That week, well, him and Travis Davis was right there neck and neck, but they had one of the fastest motorcycles, quickest motorcycles on the premises that day with Billy Vose racing, doing the tuning. And so, it was an unfortunate loss for Saxon. However, he made it to the final rounds by getting past Hill doing this situation, but was unable to make the call in the final round against Travis Davis. So Travis was able to take care of the hardware and take that home. And during our Baber Performance Motorcycles race engine, BPM Racing Engines Pro Stock Limited, the winner went on to Gino Scali, former NHRA Pro Stock Bike champion, and first time debut Pro Stock racer, limited racer, Richard Holder. That was a pretty good field. We finally get some motorcycles out this weekend. Unfortunately, in this class, we had Mr. George Baber, the class sponsor himself, was sitting at number one qualifier with a 1,780 some odd miles per hour pass during the incident that took him down. He was on a very, very, very good pass for his qualifying session. Unfortunately, it ended with a crash, but Godspeed. He'll be back together. Get back on his feet really quickly, and we look forward to having him back out there. We know he's one of those tough guys, so we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see him back out there soon. Moving on to Pro Street, Manufacturers Cup Pro Street class winner Rudy Sanzatera out of Missouri came down and he made some awesome passes this weekend pass. I mean, he really laid some really nice runs down. And Also, we'd like to give our runner-up, Patrick Borg. I think they're from Sweden for his runner-up efforts. He was also going A to B quiet a bit, consistent this weekend, and awesome two motorcycles to make it to the finals. And moving on to Cooper Performance Pro Ultra 460 winner, the GOAT himself, Mantez Thompson, man. Him and Junior, man. On the boy, look here, they on the roll. Now I know I'm probably gonna be up here, and I'm probably gonna have to run into these jokers up here at the Derby, but I look forward to race with Mantez. He is an excellent racer, excellent family of racing, and he got a great group of young talent that they're developing over there at Highway 20. And I'm telling you, you got to watch out for old Mantez. But I'm gonna give my bike builder, engine builder, a lot of credit too, man. He came in at runner up, Deshaun Willer, the Willer Performance Motorcycle Team up there out of Louisville, Kentucky. He had the bike on point, man. I think he went dead zero a couple times, 460 with a zero, I think twice. And he seemed like he was poised to be, the winner. But ultimately, Mantez Thompson had 460 with a zero as well. I think he even went out in the finals with an exclamation point with a 460 with a zero, and that's an ultra competitive motorcycle class, the Cooper Performance Pro Ultra 460, as well as the WH Steel Real Street winner and sponsor of the class, Bud Harrod, set his personal best this weekend. So that just lets you know how consistent, how good the track was. Not too grippy, just right to get those great numbers that people were looking for. Congratulations, Bud Harrod, sponsor of WH Steel, Real Street Class. Runner up, Spencer Claycomb. No, that's not right. Runner up to the Real Street Class was GT Tunglet. Bud Harrod's tuner is Spencer Claycomb. Congratulations, Spencer Claycomb, for getting Bud some of his personal best. And go ahead and give Bud the extra kid of nitrous, man. You know he ready. But runner up, we'll thank GT Tunglet, Gary Tunglet, and his team for coming out, Tunglet Racing for coming out from Metairie, Louisiana. Thank y'all for coming and bringing us the show for Real Street. And like I told y'all, man, don't worry about the money, man. We're gonna make it right. We're gonna make it worth your while. That's just what we're gonna do. So moving on down, we're gonna go with my man Colin Nash, the winner of the Voodoo Customs Street ET class. When I tell you that man was riding that motorcycle, man, he was riding it so beautifully this weekend. He looked like he was gonna win almost from the beginning. I mean, people were betting on him in time trials. And runner up, Philip Hall de Patrice from Bonnerair. Thank you again for coming over here, spending some time with us, racing with us. We appreciate your presence. Appreciate you at chaplain service on Sunday where I got to witness you. I think you were playing a piccolo, or well, if it's not a piccolo, I'm gonna call it a small guitar, but I think it was a piccolo, and playing, singing your hymns along with our buddy Santi Rodriguez Jr. over there. So congratulations on your runner-up efforts there, Fittipaldi. Moving right along, our sponsors, MTC Engineering Super Comp winner, Braden Davis. Man, Braden was in two classes back. He used to have that Pro Mod runner-up, and then he came in and took the Super Comp winner on his faithful little bar bike that he rides, and I think Super Comp and Pro ET, but he definitely got him some money over here in the MTC Engineering Super Comp class. Congratulations, Braden Davis, against the 2023 champion, which came runner-up, Santi Rodriguez Jr. You was going to try to double up on that thing like the GOAT Mantez did in 460 from a championship to the first race win. You was close, but Braden Davis was standing in a lot of people's way that day. Hard Times Parts and Services top gas winner, none other than Mantez Thompson Jr. Man, I can't. Hey, like I say, man, he had a mission. He said he left off. He left unfinished business on the table from last year, and by the time he realized what happened, Josie Brooks had came in there and swept up that money and them titles and so forth. But look like Mantez Jr. starting off on the right foot this year. And he followed up by his a really, really, really tough racer, David Young. Now, when I tell you this is the hardest man, working man in drag, motorcycle drag racing, you seeing one right here. Dave Young have 2, 3 motorcycles over there ready to go in 2, 3 classes each. And he came in runner up at the Hard Times Parts and Services Top Gas class. Also, J2 Connect, Ultra Sportsman winner, John Spooky Markham, took out Duffy Freeman. Freeman takes the runner-up position, and man, he was happy because he came in, and he's another person that runner-up in one class and came up as the winner of the Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead V-Twin ET class. Duffy Freeman takes home 2 pieces of awards from this last weekend, a winner and a runner-up. And I'd like to congratulate Stacy Smith also for his runner-up in V-Twin. I'm gonna take a break before I run out of breath and fall out on this live, and y'all gonna be make me go viral. Well, I'll be right back now. I'll see y'all in a minute. All right, all right, all right, all right. Look here. This is the Manufacturers Cup live on Hollywood, and I am glad that we were able to once again put another event in the books. Oh, one other thing before I get into this next, before I get to my closing, I want to also remind you all about the next event that we have coming up at Alabama International Dragway in Steele, Alabama, which will be May 31st to June 2nd, the J2 Connect Nationals. Be sure to go online, try to do as much of your business online as you possibly can relates to purchasing your tickets. I have not at this point secured a guest hotel. However, I have made several attempts locally to try to get that done for us. And once that is completed, or I can work out some rates with some hotels in that area, I will post those and let it be known soon enough you all can make your reservations. Or you can easily just go to the town of Steele, Gadsden area. There's plenty of hotels, one exit away from the racetrack. So mark your calendars, May 31st, June 2nd. And speaking of calendars, you can go online to racemancup.com. I sound like a salesman, to the store and get the 2024 calendars. But I have one. I like it. I really like it because I get to write all my notes on it. But look here, I'm gonna bring a couple more things to you that are suggestions that I would like some feedback on specifically. Not this one, not so much, because I want to do something for the ET classes like we do the number 1 qualifiers for all the classes that do qualify, which I somewhat feel like I leave the ET class out when we do that. So what we will do, um, and I probably said this already, coming up to some of these other races that we go to, we can do a ET best reaction time bonus. And for right now, it's going to be ET class best reaction time bonus for the ET class. This is going to be the first to do it in the upcoming races. So whoever get the best reaction time for the ET classes, first to do trip zips. How about this? We just gonna call it whoever the first to do trip zips. That's who's gonna win the bonus. That's easy. So we're gonna sponsor that, and we're gonna figure out what the bonus amount gonna look like, and it's gonna be one time, and we might do it one time per day per ET period, and that might be the way we can handle that. And that way we can throw some love back to the ET class like we throwing some love to the other class that index, all right, or qualify. Now moving along before we close, we did not have any 444, the crazy 4 class bikes. And I do realize one of the things I have been brought to my attention, and one of the things that would potentially help participation would be to run 444 with the clocks off. I ain't got no problem with that. So look, check this out. This is what we're gonna do. I've been to a race like that. We ran 460 at a no time race. All it's gonna be is 444 behind the clock. You're gonna run the same type of index race you're gonna race if you ran 460, Top Gas, Super Comp, or whatever, except you don't get nobody's ticket but your own. So you gonna know you ain't gonna know if you won by a breakout. Well, you should know if you look, go through what you've seen on the racetrack, but you're not gonna really know if you won by a breakout or or what. The margin you might get that, I don't know. It just depends on how the timesheets are, but we can do 4.44 behind the clocks, no time shown, so that anybody who had the restrictions where you can't, which I mean whatever, but you can't run your bike unless if you show your times, you can't run your bike. Like, okay, but look, we'll take care of that and make sure that we make sure the people who want to come run for some money, run for a good class, for a good purse, the 444, no clocks. That's how we gonna do it. I mean, I ain't talked to Rob Bush about it yet, but I'm for sure he wants the class to grow. I already heard what the problem is. We're gonna take care of the problem and see if we can grow the class. Period. 444 behind the clocks. No times will be shown. Period. That's that. So just y'all mark that up. And that's for every race. All of our races. Another question everybody been asking me lately. So what I'd like for y'all to do on the 444 clocks off, comment about that as well. Let me know what y'all feel about the 444 with the clocks off. Nobody can't see each other time. That's how we'll run it. That way everybody, we can satisfy whatever rules is necessary for you to keep doing what you do elsewhere, but it'll also give you an opportunity to come to some of the tracks that we were participating at and get you some more hits and more opportunities to shake those fast motorcycles down. Now, to the business of some of the questions that get asked to me as it relates, and I know I don't need to explain this, I don't have to explain this, but being that we're an organization, I'm always playing palms up with everybody, period. That's just how I operate. So it has been coming to questions to me about the events being able to finish so much quicker throughout the days, and it seems like we're leaving too much time in the day to do, that we can do more racing. Okay, it's a couple ways we can look at that. One, first of all, don't. This one thing I want to nip in the bud immediately. Straight up off the bud immediately. We're not finishing early in the day, so we can't pay. So we don't have to pay for lights to be turned on at the facilities. I have never ever even thought about even asking how much it's going to cost to run the lights. If we have to run the lights, we're going to run the lights, whatever it costs. That's just part of the deal. So let's just 86 that thought all together. It's nothing to do with how much it costs to run the lights. We can save some money. We can not have to pay for light bill. Ain't nobody even, I've never thought about that, to be quite honest. But people think that's the reason why some people said that's why they think that we are shutting off early. No, it has nothing to do with it. Only thing that it has to do with is that we spread an event out nicely so that we won't have people at the track 13, 14 hours a day trying to compete. What we seen was that when you all were asked to run Fridays and Saturdays due to rain, weather, whatever, and we adopted that 2 day schedule, it was just too hard. It just was too difficult. Even having the Sunday off it was just too difficult. And when people are not having time to refresh or take time to service their bikes, catch a breath, that's when mistakes happen. That's when people get hurt. That's when people, are not as focused. But, we put together the schedule and had to be forced to work so many different ways with a schedule that we landed on a schedule for the world finals that were brought to me by Jay. And I looked at it and it made sense to me. And I was like, shoot, I think this is the one we need to do. Because the last thing we don't want to do is not finish the event, period. I mean, listen, if you lay the map out and it says that, hey, the you starting at your position and it takes 450 miles to get to the place where it's completed. Okay, let's use as an analogy. Okay, the event said it starts at, let me look at the schedule. I like this. I love our website because you can just find so much information. on Friday per se. The event starts at the gates open at 8. You open it, you start running at 10 o'clock, 10, 11. So you finish about 7 o'clock in the evening or 6. That's 8 to 10 hours of just activity, so that's a lot of time to be outside in the sun, adrenaline pumping and so forth. So let's look at it like this. If we're able to post a schedule and throughout the schedule in its entirety and do it efficiently, then we should be thankful. We're just thankful. We should just be 100% thankful that we're able to do that and not have to deal with the latter complaints that we somewhat have to deal with, or some of the issues that we somewhat have to deal with during times. We have weather at times. We have people, having accidents. We have oil downs. We have computer issues. I mean, we have a plethora of things that can go wrong during these events. So one of the things I like to always remind ourselves is that we need to be thankful that we can finish in any time. If we can finish in 4 hours, if it got the job done, then we should be thankful for that. Or the latter would be, do we stay to Monday or do we just split the pie after one round? Those are not things that I go to racing for. When I go racing, I don't care what it takes. Whenever it's the finish is the finish, that's just what it is. That's just sooner I can wrap up my equipment, load it up, go home. Now, the upside that I've heard, the positive side that I've heard, because I do have to say was what people have said both ways. The negative side I've heard, and to be realistic, was that the it felt like that people were leaving early, like they did not get a show. But the reality of it is that if you came in time, the show was started on time and it ended in a timely fashion. And as it related to Sunday, we started 3 hours late, where we were slated to start at 9:30. We almost started closer to 12:30. But even with that being the case, we were still able to get most people out of here around about close to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. That's after checks were written. So that's a testament to the team. Our team, our team did a remarkable job. Appreciate their efforts. The South Georgia Motorsport Park did a remarkable job. I love what they did to get us through the event. So with all that said, I hope that you all were able to enjoy the event, enjoy catching up with your friends and family, and look forward to seeing them at the upcoming event at the J2 Connect Nationals in Steele, Alabama at the Alabama International Dragway. We'll be back next Tuesday. I'm gonna try to have one of our champions, because we still trying to do our final couple of champions on the tour on our Manufacturers Cup Live, and we want to get them right in front of you and let you know how their weekends went, how their off season went. So tune in. If you haven't seen the Manufacturers Cup Live before and you haven't seen the champions from these past interviews, go back, check it out. You'll learn a lot about who they are and what they had planned for this season. Until next time, I see y'all next week. I love y'all. Peace, Hollywood.